What's going on? What's happening? Now I know what you're going to say. Oh, man, for those that are subscribed to my my channel, and that look at my videos on a daily basis. Oh, man, here we go with another Atlanta, Charlotte video and this and that and so forth. Well, you know I had to do it. Wakanda Forever is out. You know I had to do it. You know, Atlanta and Wakanda is synonymous with one another. You know, in other words, what I'm saying is black people thought that they were going to move to a fictitious city called Atlanta. And I say it's fictitious because this was what was the hype behind it. You know what I'm saying? That once you move to Atlanta and you're black, everything is going to be okay. So all you need to do is just get down there. And this started in like the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? A lot of New Yorkers migrated, to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And ever since the early 90s all the way up until now, you've had an influx of people moving to that city. In particular, black people, you know what I'm saying, searching for the promised land. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, black people going to see, you know, Wakanda, and they want to act like this is real. You know what I'm saying? Well, black people thought when they moved down to Atlanta that it was going to be real. Like, you know, this was going to be, you know, the real Wakanda. And in reality, it wasn't. And they were tricked and fooled, just like how I was. And I stayed down there going on 3 years, and I can give you stories upon stories upon stories. I can never get a run out of stories that happened in Atlanta while I was living down there. Ever. And it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That now I'm seeing a lot of Georgia plates here in Charlotte. And what stands out on those Georgia plates, unlike states like North Carolina, and I don't see it in New York either. You know what I'm saying? The New York plates or North Carolina plates, Maryland, you know, a couple others, you know, states or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Georgia puts their county on the license plate. So the reason why I know like a lot of people that are from Atlanta are here in Charlotte is because you'll see Fulton County on the Georgia plate. And Atlanta sits in Fulton County. Now, other, you know, small cities, you know, is in Fulton County, such as Sandy Springs. In South Fulton, you have East Point, College Park. Milton is Fulton County, Roswell. You know what I'm saying? But I'm led to believe, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I see a carload of black people, you know what I'm saying, that have a Georgia state plate, you know what I'm saying, license plate with Fulton County on it, they're coming from Atlanta. And I applaud you. For real. I applaud you all leaving a city that you thought was going to be this Wakanda, that you thought was going to be the Black Mecca, that you thought that was going to be the Black Hollywood. And coming into reality and saying, you know what? Down there is nothing but a cesspool. That's all it is. It's nothing but negativity down there. I applaud you. And I welcome you to Charlotte. And I hope that you're moving here with the best intentions. Because see, this city right here, yeah, we have our problems, no doubt. I truly believe, or rather know, that every city has their own problems. You know what I'm saying? But overall, this is a family city. For real. Oftentimes, you'll hear me complain about how Charlotte doesn't have enough entertainment going on or whatever. And you know what? At this point in time, with the exception of, you know, I've said it and mentioned it in other videos, with the exception of them lacking like cultural diversity in clubs, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I truly believe they should have a jazz club, a Jamaican club, a Latino club. You know what I'm saying? There should be like a strip. You know what I'm saying? But with the exception of that, man, I'm cool with the way things are in Charlotte. Because we see just how things go when your city is an entertainment city, such as Atlanta. Straight up. That's real talk. I'm telling you, for real, I can go on for days upon days of giving you stories of the little amount of time I spent down there, 2.5 to 3 years. I can give you, every day I get on YouTube, I can give you a new story. That's my word. That's my word. But I am so glad that some of you black people have woke up and came to your senses and said, hey, you know what? This place right here, I don't want any parts in it anymore. Straight up. I know some of you all got burnt, especially when dating. You know? Because, every day every day, whenever you go on a date, you want to get some poo-poo? Some poo-nanny? Gotta bring this with you. What is this? Air pump. You gotta be able to blow up those air beds that they sleep on. You came to your senses. Every time you walk out of the door, you gotta have something like this for protection. You came to your senses. And I applaud you. Straight up. And it's crazy to me that when black people run things, this is how it turns out. A cesspool full of women that got BBLs, stink attitudes. I don't want no man. I don't need no man. The ratio is 20 to 1. And a woman, the average woman is talking about she don't need a man. You know how many women that I've met down there that have said that they froze their eggs? At this time, I'm focused on my career and all. Fake eyelashes. It's full of that. Full of women that you're like, the Adam's apple don't look too right. No. Especially when you're walking around places like Bucket. See, something ain't right. The left breast ain't, it's kind of lopsided. I don't know. It's just something ain't right. It is something. You're right. You're correct. Because she is a pronoun. Ain't no shit. That's him downstairs. Yeah, I'm glad you came to your senses. I'm going to say this. I'm going to continue to say this throughout the course of this video. Charlotte is not perfect. We got a little bit of everything here in the city. But notice I said, did you hear what I just said? I said a little bit. Atlanta got a lot of bit of that. A lot of classism. You thinking you going down there, hey, my brothers and sisters. I don't know. You know what? This is crazy to me. I'm gonna call myself out. I'm one of the blackity black, pro power, blackest person people you can meet. You know what I'm saying? I was all about the community and all the rest of that stuff. I went down there, assalamu alaikum, peace, hotep, all that. And like, man, what? We don't do that down here. The only time we do that is on Malcolm X Day. That's it. You see, black people, they get dressed up. Like how you see people that go see Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. You know how they get dressed up and they dashikis and fake afros? That's what goes on down there in Atlanta. Black people, you think black people are black people down there? Oh, no. No, there's a different type of nigger down there. A negro, negra. different. You think racism is bad? Please. Racism ain't got nothing on classism when it comes to Atlanta. Yeah. They don't want to fuck with you if you ain't got a certain amount of money. And I understand when I see plates, you know what I'm saying? Georgia plates with Fulton County on it. Hey, my props goes. Hey, you got my props. My hat goes off to you. Because I understand you got tired. You got tired of getting beat up by the city. You got tired of the homelessness. People begging. And if you don't give them, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. If you don't give them any money, they want to kick your car. But then if you give them $1 or $2, that ain't enough. Have you ever, this is my word. I'm going to be real today. Have you ever heard a bum tell you, this is my word, this happened to me. True story. Gave the man $1. Man, what the hell I'm going to get with this? Yo, give me my damn $1 back, man. Have you ever heard of a bum getting upset with you when you didn't give them enough money? And if you're not getting harassed by the homeless people begging, and that's everywhere, Walmart, shopping center, Target, everywhere. Places where you're like, why are you exactly here? I'm in Dunwoody, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Sandy Springs. This is a nice area. What the hell? How in the hell are they allowing you to beg in front of Whole Foods off of Roswell Road? How? How are you inside Perimeter Mall and you begging, and ain't nobody calling cops or anything on you? How? So if you're not getting harassed by homeless people, you're getting harassed by what? Who? The water boys. Oh, they even worse. Fuck me, bro. You can't even understand what they saying. Fuck me, bro. Bro. You're thinking you're moving down to Atlanta. This is what I thought. I'm moving down to Atlanta and I'm moving into what? Excellence. They're at the bottom of the totem pole. Those black people down there in Atlanta are the worst of the worst. Yeah, I said it. The worst of the worst. Scammers. You can't trust black people down there. They will scam you out of every goddamn penny you got. You trying to be friends with somebody and you being sincere and all of that shit. Man, please. Ain't nobody being sincere with you. Ain't nobody being friendly with you. They trying to befriend you so they can get what you got. That's it. And for all you know, New Yorkers, oh man, you think you got the ups on the dirty South in Atlanta? You sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? One thing I can say about New York is, to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying, they have principles and morals. They won't overstep. Especially their friends and family. Not in Atlanta. So it's crazy, you know. I see a lot of people with Georgia Place, you know what I'm saying, here in Charlotte. A lot. And I'm hoping that you didn't bring that riffraff with you. You know, Pookie, Ray Ray, Shanae. I hope you left that part of your family down there in Atlanta. And you moved up here to have a better lifestyle, because truth be told, I moved back from Atlanta. I moved back to Charlotte from Atlanta. And I'm not lying. I never looked back since. And my life has been way more better than what it was in Atlanta. Straight up. And I'm going to continue to say this, and I'm going to say this again and over and over and over and over. So therefore, you won't have to put none of the bullshit in the comment section of this video. Charlotte is not perfect. Charlotte is not Wakanda. It ain't the white Wakanda. It ain't, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get away from my problems and this is just going to be, you know, the best city that I moved to. No, it's not. But I can tell you it is far more better than Atlanta. Hands down. That's a fact. I remember, man, I was, I'm not going to lie, you know, I slowed down. Hear me out. This is a story that I'm telling. And this is a true story. I was in Sandy Springs. I used to live in Sandy Springs, right off of Roswell Road. I was coming from Kroger's, and I failed to come to a complete stop at a stop sign, right? And a cop pulled me over, right? This is late at night. This had to be about 10 something at night, right? And you know, he wrote me a citation or whatever, and I went to court. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in court, and you know, I've lived in New York and I've lived in North Carolina, so you know, I'm ashamed to say that I've experienced, you know, court, you know, in both cities, you know. Not anything major, but you know, I've gotten into trouble. You know, it's just that plain and simple. I'm not gonna give you all my business. And matter of fact, I probably told y'all through some of these videos that I've done on this channel. But anyway, I went to court, and I'm like, you know what? I raised my hand. You know, it was time. They called my name up. I'm like, yo, I think you had to raise your hand or something. It was just crazy. The judicial system. It was just crazy. Like, I was sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is this, right? So I raised my hand or whatever. I go up to the judge, and I'm like, yo, can I get a court-appointed lawyer? He's like, denied. Whoa, what? I've never in my life, ever, and I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, what do you need a court-appointed lawyer for a failure to stop at a stop sign and this and that and so forth? I wanted one. And I have that right. The judge denied me. Then they were like, yo, you can go to this little small room and get someone to beg on your behalf to the judge or something, right? So I go there and I write I signed some paper to agree or some shit, right? So I go back inside the courthouse, and then I'm hearing, you know, other people come up, and it's like little stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not lying. I started getting nervous because I'm like, yo, are they gonna take me to jail for failure to stop at a stop? Make the long story short, you know, these motherfuckers put me on probation. This is my word. They put me on probation for a failure to stop at a stop sign. I had to go see a probation officer for a failure to stop at a stop sign. Yo, they were handing, no lie, this is my word. It was a lady that was in there for prostituting, right? But the judge agreed. She said, yo, judge, did the police officer see me prostituting? He said, no. She said, well, why am I being arrested for prostituting? And he was like some leading to suspicion or some shit, and they gave her 3 months. Never. I think y'all don't understand. I'm telling you, this is my word. I am not driving down Highway 85 anymore. South. I'm not. If I'm going, first of all, I don't drive anywhere if I'm going like long, like hours away, like Miami or something like that, or New York. I don't drive. You know what I'm saying? So from now on, that's definite. If I ever drive, I'm taking a long way. I'm going, for real, this is my word. I'm going back up from Charlotte, back up to Durham, and across to East Charlotte, and down 95 or some shit like that. I'll never take 85 ever again. And I'm glad that some of you all have woke up and smell that cesspool down there and I left. Straight up. I don't understand why people are still down there, but then again, I do. Because the people that are down there, 9 times out of 10, those are the people that I'm talking about, that are grimy, that's dirty. Straight up. Everybody fake. Everybody fake. Everybody's fake. They tell you not to date in Atlanta because nobody's serious. And then, like I said, you know, everybody walking around pronouns. She, her, him, he. Everybody's fake. And that's real talk. And I have nothing against the alphabet community. But you're not going to harass me. You know how many times I got harassed? You know how many times, you know, the pronouns will try to talk to me? And then when I try to talk to somebody else about it, like, yo, man, I can't do this. You know, this person, da. Oh, man, please. I get told cracked on all the time. That's you, though. That's you. You can put up with that type of behavior. I can't. See, in Charlotte, it ain't like that. It ain't like that up here. Straight up. Now, I know what y'all gonna say. For some of y'all that look at my videos, you're gonna be like, "What, man? You just talked about somebody trying to talk to you at Whole Foods." I didn't know that was I didn't know that was the Alphabet Community grocery store. It was a shocker, but that doesn't normally happen. But yeah, man, that's real talk. And not to say that you don't need one of these. You know what I'm saying, in Charlotte, because you do. But in Atlanta, please, you need the bulletproof vest. You know what I'm saying? You need it all. The crime is despicable. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You looking on TV and you like, yo, this is a rerun from yesterday, the day before. Somebody got shot, somebody got killed, somebody got shot, somebody got killed, somebody got shot, somebody got killed. This is a rerun. Can I see the new news, please? This is real talk. I'm not making this up. You got all these rappers talking about how, you know, from Atlanta and everything. Oh, Atlanta this, Atlanta that, this and that, so forth. And I moved down there and I'm like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? As well as my family. Man, I got the hell up out of there, man, and I never looked back. Never, man. Never. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I was down there. I was drinking almost every damn day. Man, I was at my lowest. No lie. The only thing that was saving me was the YMCA. I ain't gonna even lie. And I ain't talking about like I was homeless and shit like that. I'm talking about like, you know, I would go work out. Even though I would drink and all that shit, I still practice a vegetarian diet, and I would work out and go to the steam room, the sauna, and the hot tub, you know. And then even within that, I remember I got into an altercation with two BBWs, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna talk about something. We don't need to talk to you and this and that. So I'm like, what college degree did you got and this and that, so forth? I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me. They talking to me like you know, like they my equal, like they a man or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanna, you know, like throw some blows and shit. Man, you for those that have left Atlanta and moved here, I welcome you all. All I ask is that you don't bring that bullshit, you know, that Atlanta shit up here. We got enough problems as it is in Charlotte. You understand? We don't need the Atlanta problems. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is a small but big city. And you know, I'm just glad that I left, man. I'm glad that I left, you know. As of now, man, the only two places that I could see myself ever like living in is Charlotte area. And I know y'all gonna get at me. Oh, it's too expensive. It's this and that, and then the racism with this, such. South Florida. I did not say Miami. I said South Florida. South Florida. I would never live in Miami, so stop it. Well, you know, in Miami, they got. I just told you I wouldn't live in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, South Carolina, I'll probably live in like Rock Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like Fort Mill. That's like on the border of the, you know, the North Carolina, South Carolina state line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might as well say you're living in Charlotte if you live in Fort Mill. Well, it just depends on how far, you know, out, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you might as well say you're living in Charlotte if you're living in Fort Mill and Rock Hill, you know. But the rest of the state is a no-go. Georgia, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Florida, from Tallahassee, Jacksonville, all the way down, Orlando, all the way down to South Florida. I would never live in those places. You know what I'm saying? Going back to New York is too cold. It's too cold, too expensive. That plain and simple. And then, you know, New York, man, y'all talk about Floridians and the shit that goes on in Florida. Man, Florida, let me tell you something. New York is a cold version of Florida. The people up there ain't going crazy. $1.50 and motherfuckers. Get out of here with that. And I know what y'all gonna say. Well, aren't you from New York? You sound like you was born in or you lived in New York. Yeah. At the end of the day, I ain't never going back to that place either. You know what I'm saying? Some people will sit back and say, well, why don't you go live in Los Angeles? You know, it's a liberal city and this and that. You know what I've realized? And then I'm going to end it. I'm not trying to sway your votes or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to vote for the elephant or the jackass in the room. That's not what I'm about. But you know what I've realized? Most liberal cities are the most fucked up cities that you can live in. Straight up. Like, I'm really like a conservative. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hey, man. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Langston292. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share it. Peace.